town on the Caribbean coastline of Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula, known for its azure blue waters and well-preserved ruins of an ancient Mayan port city. Without any tour by yourself, just buy your ticket here. I just got mine and it's 110 pesos, and it will be departing at 10:30. I wake up not so early and have breakfast late, that's why instead of catching the first one, so I'm just waiting for my bus, and it will be 45 minutes from here. And the weather is not bad. It's not very warm. You see, there is always police presence with a sniffing dog, and it's the police. So you can see there's a police dog sniffing our things. It's very, the presence of police here is really tight security here. Still waiting for my bus. So finally, I'm on my way to Tulum with this bus.
Entonces creo que estoy bien.
And I paid 110 pesos, 110 pesos. And the bus was late, 20 minutes late because of traffic.
Es niña, ¿no?
In front of me, I'm at seat number 1, and in front of me is a here.
Todas niñas.
And people
Te
are
dirán que
coming
mejoran.
in.
No es cierto.
It's just
Por eso en
45
negocios de
minutes.
armas no hay mujeres.
Right. So I arrived now, and there's a lot of vendors here trying to sell you a ticket. Don't buy from them. But over here, they're offering a free.
Look, welcome once again, family. My name is.
So this is the official place where to buy your ticket. Buying the ticket now. So finally, I passed by the main gate entrance and going to the ruins archaeological site now. Steps to climb up. So now you have to choose. This is the wall, and going there is towards the palace, El Palacio, Poised, and over there it's towards the wind god. So I think I'm going towards the palace, but I'm going to read what is in here and find out. So I chose to go to the palace first. So this is the palace here in Tulum. So you are in one of the port cities with a system control and defense composed of a rampart with a watchtower as well as strategic access to land and sea. Its ancient inhabitants built it on the highest point of the region with an amazing level of planning and design. So the Mayas considered the earth as a flat, immobile body, aware that nature provided all that was necessary for securing a residence and sustenance. They treated the jungle as a resource that was subject to practices of conservation, modification, and multiple use. The main economic activity of the people who lived at Tulum was fishing, although they also devoted time to hunting and agriculture, given that these activities were necessary for survival. In their building projects, they relied on stone masons, bricklayers, sculptors, and painters. Society was divided into three levels: rulers, specialists, and workers. So most of the buildings in Tulum are organized along streets. Along their sides, buildings were grouped, especially residential platforms on which there were wooden houses with palm roofs, which because of their fragility are no longer there. Mayan gods were present in one or more elements of nature. Some were manifest in the astros or in atmospheric phenomena like rain, others in plants like the siva or cotton silk tree, and animals like the jaguar. Each season of the year and each daily activity, such as the harvest, were marked by a ritual dedicated to deity, aimed at making sure human labor would be rewarded with optimum results. Tulum was a city dedicated to the planet Venus, a deity with a dual nature, that of the morning and the evening star. The descending god symbolized by the setting sun is closely related to Venus, and so it can be said that the evening star was worshipped at the Tulum. Thus, the axes are oriented to face the point where this planet sets. Another important was Ikchwa, the god of trade, to whom tribute was paid in the course of commercial interchanges. So this is the palace of the chief governor of Tulum many thousands of years ago. Look how many tourists from all over the world. This is just a very tiny part of the archaeological ruins here in Tulum. So this is the one that retains the most decorative elements of any in Tulum. It has two levels there. The bottom consists of two temples, one within another, in which the decoration is concentrated. The facade of the inner temple is decorated with murals, and the outside is with stucco figures in relief. Masked on the corner sculptures in three niches of the facade, the center of which is a representation of the descending god, and human figures enticed on the frieze. The upper level temple is very simple. Its decoration is handprints in red. The pigments were obtained in different ways. The red and black were made from soil and minerals, while others, such as blue and green, were obtained from certain plants. Can you see the red bench and the artistry? It seems like this iguana is just guarding this temple. So this is the most imposing building of Tulum, and certainly was also the most important. This is the castle. Nonetheless, more than 500 years ago, it must have been even more so because the facade was brightly painted and decorated with sculptures. Moreover, at its corner, it has large stucco marks, traces of which still remain. At ground level, on both sides of the stairs, over there, the stairs, there are two small temples with inner altars where offerings were left that filled the space with smell and colors. In the upper temple, major religious ceremonies were held. So that's the upper temple there. The features of Tulum's architecture are similar to those of Chichen Itza and Mayapan, with the incorporation of certain regional elements that characterize the East Coast style. I almost stepped on this iguana there sitting, yeah, but I'm scared. It's crossed my feet. It's a shame that we cannot go in there anymore. And I'm going to tell you something about that. It's the temple of the descending god, and undoubtedly, this is one of the most beautiful in Tulum. Its name is because of the niche located on top of the door. There is a sculpture of a winged figure falling from the sky. His legs are up, his arms below. He has a headdress on his head, and he is holding an object in his hands. Although today it is an impressive building, over 500 years ago it was even more beautiful, as the temple was decorated inside and out with numerous representations of God in mural painting. The Mayas participated in the commercial circuit that extended from central Mexico to Honduras, navigating along the coastline bays, coves, and inlets, as well as rivers, lakes, and estuaries. Since their boats, canoes, couldn't resist the turbulence on the open sea, they made sure to hug the coastline or to travel in shallow water as a means of protection. On this trading circuit, Tulum was an important coastal port that linked land and sea trade. 500 or 600 years ago, you would find oarsmen rowing long canoes along this coast loaded with shipment of cotton, honey, salt, obsidian blades, jade ornaments, feathered capes, and grindstones, among other products. In towns of any importance up and down the East Coast, you would see docks where merchandise was loaded and unloaded. So that's about the trade and navigation of Mayas. So ecology and tourism. Punctual without fail every year between June and October, two different species of sea turtles come here to lay their eggs: the loggerhead turtle and the white turtle. After many years and after traveling thousands of kilometers, those turtles who survived their reproductive age return to where they were born to spawn, and thus repeat what has happened year after year for centuries. So that is the temple of the wind god. Mesoamerica is a geographical area with common features and cultural elements comprising Central and Southern Mexico and Central America. Among the many similarities in this area, there was a cult of the wind god, although known by names in the languages spoken by each group. In Maya, he was called Kukulkan. And that is his temple over here in Tulum. So that is Kukulkan temple, and below our small altar. It's below of Kukulkan temple.
You get a better view over here probably.
So one of the last geological formations on our planet the foundation of a great culture. The ground on which I stand is relatively young. It was formed 2 million years ago when a good part of the ocean floor emerged, forming the Yucatan Peninsula. Its surface is formed by limestone. When it is dissolved by the force of water, it gives rise to pools called cenotes, waterholes or aguadas, caverns, hollows known as riholadas, and acachis, natural lowlands flooded with water in the rainy season. Just off the shores of Yucatan, there is a low coral reef running all along the Caribbean coastline. Did you know that this is the second longest coral reef in the world? That it is still in the process of formation. So an important characteristic of the Mayan villages of the East Coast was the construction of temples or houses near water source as such as wells and choltunis, which is a type of cistern or altars inside caves. This building was a house that was built on the limestone, which then was extended with a room placed directly over the hole that forms the cenote. In addition, bones were found, so maybe it was also used as a crypt. The Maya of the Yucatan Peninsula faced a serious problem with drinking water as there was almost no rivers or bodies of water on the surface. So this is the house of the cenote. So I'm approaching one of the exit point on this walled castle. So from the archaeological site, 10 minutes walk, I'm here at the seaside, and I found a spot wherein there is a shade there. So what I have with me, I have water, Fiji water from the islands of Fiji. I've got my sandals, my beard, and I'm going to swim. So over here is Samuel. He has a snorkeling
Mayan
business.
People. Yes, yes.
Over there. Yeah. So if you come here in Tulum, look for Samuel. What's the name of your snorkeling?
El Tejón.
El Tijón. So look for
El
Samuel.
Tejón is Mayan name.
Maya name, El Tijón.
El Tejón.
Okay.
El Tejón.
And you will going to
Ask for
provide
the-
snorkel
for
gadgets.
the Facebook.
Oh yeah.
Why I have a Facebook.
What's the name?
El Tejón.
El Tijón. Okay,
Mayan name.
look for the Facebook
Nice
El
guys.
Tijón.
Nice service. Good price.
How much?
everything.
And
What?
he is also going to sell me a Mayan buko, Mayan coconut. I don't know how does it taste. And what is the difference between Mayan coconut and a Philippine coconut? I'll find out. How much is your Mayan coconut?
80 pesos.
80 Mexican
It's
pesos.
a
Do you
big
know?
coconut.
Yeah. Do you know in Philippines our money is also pesos?
Pesos.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to taste this Mayan big coconut, he said. So the water here is very refreshing, and I have the buko, the Mayan buko. We'll try. I'll show you what is in front of me. So that is in front. This area is a protected area. I'll have the buko. It's very cold. It's very refreshing after walking around the ruins. And it feels like 40 degrees Celsius. and today is 5th of December. Actually, it's their autumn time, peak season. So I cannot imagine if you will come here around July and August. It must be very warm. My tour guide said December is the best time to come. It's very beautiful here, listening to the relaxing waves. So I bought my coconut, Mexican coconut here, and it tastes very nice. And this gentleman is asking about Manny Pacquiao. What can you say about Manny Pacquiao?
Manny Pacquiao. Marquez. Capu Manny Pacquiao.
So when you come here in Tulum, have your Mexican coconut here. It tastes very nice. So now I'm going back to Playa, and it's more cheaper if you will take a colectivo from Tulum to Playa. It will only cost you 50 pesos and it's quicker. So this colectivo is like a van. Actually, it's very similar to the van that you will take from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. I'm going to find out now where can I catch this colectivo. So I'm now inside the colectivo, just waiting for it to be full.